Hey, welcome everybody to another TCP interviews. Today we're going to be interviewing a very special cosplayer. Please introduce yourself, miss.
Hello, I'm Ashley Riot, also known as Queen Riot.
Awesome. It's a pleasure having you on.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, no worries. So the host that hosts TCP, Mr. Renegade Operative, please tell us who you are again.
Hey guys, Renegade Operative here. I am the co-host of the TCP, and looking forward to this cosplayer interview.
All right. Next up, Mr. Brandon. How you doing today, Brandon?
Power.
All right, perfect. Mr. Inferno.
Sup?
All right. Kaneki.
When is Xbox going to get exclusives? That's
Never.
Never.
They canceled all the awesome exclusives.
They did. You know,
I'm still very salty about Scalebound.
I think we all are.
We all are.
TH.
all. Of course, Microsoft. What are you doing?
It was too much money. They were like, nope, not doing it. Anyways, last but not least, Mr. Devil Hunter James.
How's it going, everyone? And Tansac Kaneki never.
All right, I think we're all agreed on never. So, without further, get out of here. Without further ado, let's start with the questions that we have in the doc here. So, first question: how do you deal with negativity in the cosplay community, and what would be your words to aspire and help people who dealt with worse situations?
Wow, that's a heavy question to begin with.
Oh yeah, start off strong.
Gotcha. Well, I would say I've been cosplaying so long that I've kind of dealt with pretty much every form of negativity that you could, be exposed to. So the typical forms of bullying, the online haters or people who just want to call you ugly or fat, you learn to just, deflect them and respond to them with positivity instead. And the most common thing you hear as a cosplayer is you're so much better than X cosplayer. You're so much better than, insert popular cosplayer here. And the best advice I have to give is you immediately have to correct those people and say, hey, I appreciate the compliment, but you don't compliment somebody by tearing somebody else down. We're all here, we're all fans together, we're all nerds. You don't go around tearing other people down. We're all supposed to support each other.
Right. I like that.
For people who have to deal with more extreme forms of bullying, like, doxing or posting private conversations around, that's where it gets a bit more serious. And those are difficult. You have to deal with on an individual basis. I mean, you have to learn who are your true friends, who can you trust. You have to learn, not to post private things that you don't want exposed on the internet. And bullying is a big issue, especially when it's a large community against one person. So
Right.
the best thing that you can do as an individual is just try to be the source of positivity. Even if you're surrounded by people who want to gossip and to talk negatively about another person, you have to be the strong one and stop it and say, hey, you guys are my friends, but we're not going to do that. We're not going to talk shit about this person over here. We're instead going to talk about more positive aspects of the community. And I believe very strongly in that.
Oh, I agree. I always thought it was really unfortunate that something as fun as doing cosplay also came with negativity and stuff that you usually typically get in like high school stuff or internet stuff. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's bound to happen in just about any community. I'm pretty sure. I always like to joke about this, but I'm pretty sure, even the stamp collecting community has drama in it.
Yeah, I got the top tier stamped collectors.
I can't imagine what those
collectors talking shit on other stamp collectors.
How dare you not have the jackrabbit?
So anytime you get a group of people together, you're going to come across drama. But it's how I dealt with it in high school, and that's how I deal with it now. Is you try your hardest to be the source of positivity. And I have been in groups of people. It happens to me very commonly where I'll be in a group of cosplayers, or I'll be like in a group of cosplayers and then some of their friends that are not cosplayers, and they'll want to start talking shit on, X or Y cosplayer. Oh, well, she is fake. Oh, well, she does, this over here. And I will be the person. Sometimes I'm looked down upon for that, but I will be the person to say, hey, we're not going to do that. I'm not going to be involved in a conversation where we're talking shit on other people.
Right. Totally understand that. All right. Let's move on to the next question. And I want Mr. Renegade to take the second question, please.
All right, hold on a second. Let's see here. How long do you plan to continue your hobby of cosplay, and how has this hobby impacted your personal life?
I've been cosplaying for exactly about half my life, and so it's probably impacted me more than just about any other thing other than my art career. So, I've met most of my friends through cosplay. I have been able to travel internationally because of cosplay. I know personally I have probably overcome a lot of like personal, self-esteem issues because of cosplay, because, you not only do you get to feel cool, but you also help other people and inspire other people with it. So I intend to keep cosplaying for as long as I can. I want to be, if I can, I want to be 80 years old, and I'll cosplay like the old women from Ghibli films or something. I don't know. Yeah, wait until I'm 87 for my Sophie cosplay from from Howl's Moving Castle.
You mean that lady from Courage the Cowardly Dog? What's her name?
Muriel?
Muriel.
Reapers,
Yeah.
man,
More
you're
macaroni.
wrong. You're wrong, dude. Oh my god, that's
Yep.
actually pretty funny.
Yeah, so look for that cosplay. It's coming in the future.
Stupid dog. You made me look bad.
That S tier Muriel. Look for it.
Yeah, it's by Ashley Riot, the one and only.
Yeah, like I have a dream cosplay. When I'm 45, I'm gonna cosplay the boss from Snake Eater.
Yes. Yes.
Nice. All right. I think we should move on to the next one. Mr. James, you want to take number 3, sir?
Sure. Let's see. What was your main inspiration that gave you the push to partake in the cosplaying modeling medium?
I had no inspiration. When I first started cosplaying, I had no idea it even existed. I literally just was going to my first convention ever. I saw a flyer for MegaCon in a sci-fi store when I was a little tween. And I just thought, oh man, it would be so cool to wear a Final Fantasy costume to this event. And then when I went to my first con, I saw all these other people in these really big, elaborate costumes. And that's how I sort of discovered that it was even a hobby. Before then, I thought I was really nervous and excited because I thought I was going to be the only person dressed up at this event.
Right.
So, and I wasn't. I was like, oh, wow, this is a thing? There's other people that dress up and do this thing? Holy shit. So, my inspiration was going to a convention and seeing how many other people like put time and effort into making these awesome things, and then just learning from there.
That's real interesting. All right. Mr. Inferno, would you want to take number 4, sir?
That I will.
Aye.
Are you an avid gamer? If so, what games do you enjoy playing, and how did you get into gaming?
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. I mean, I've been a gamer longer than a cosplayer. I've been a gamer since I was a little toddler. Always enjoyed video games, probably to my parents' demise. I mean, they didn't like that I played games.
Them feels.
Right. I first, like, the first console I ever got or ever played was the Nintendo, the original Nintendo. And yeah, I got into gaming because my uncle had Duck Hunt, and my parents took me over to their house, and I was just like playing with it, and I got hooked on it. And then the second game I played was Zelda, the original Zelda, and I was just so hooked on it. So I've been playing games for a long time, and I worked in the game industry for a while, both like as a journalist and then on the other end of it as a game artist. And I realized that those weren't the career paths that I was really happy in, but I'm really happy that I spent that time doing that for a living. So it was fun. What kind of games do I like though? Oh man, I love RPGs.
Woo.
And I love like action, like really quick, fast third-person action games. So Devil May Cry and Bayonetta are my two favorites.
Hey.
You hear that, Reapers?
I heard it.
It is, girl.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right. Now that we're all done high-fiving each other, let's move on to number 5. Kaneki, you still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Mr. Take number 5, please.
I will. To add into that, is there a game that you're thoroughly... What is it? I said that right? Thoroughly rating.
Thoroughly.
Okay, thank you. Waiting for it to come out that is in the distant future. I guess you could say... Sorry to interrupt. I guess you could say, like, what are you hyped for? That is
Man,
in the distant future.
I was so hyped for Scalebound. That's why I'm salty about it.
I think we all were.
Really looking forward to that game.
You hear that, Phil Spencer?
Xbox is like, no RPG for you.
Not sure.
Literally, that was going to be, like, I don't have an Xbox One. I have a PS4, and I love my PS4. And I was like, you know what? That's going to be the game to make me buy an Xbox One.
I think that was good.
I don't really have any other reason to buy one. And then they canceled it. I'm like, well, not getting an Xbox One. Fuck you guys.
I feel like that was a lot of people's reasons to go to Xbox just for that one game, and it's really stupid, in my opinion, that they decided to cancel it. I don't know why, since that was really pretty much the only big AAA title that they had getting people hyped for the console. But I don't know. I guess
it was good for the developer, or whatever, good for the gamers. That's what he said. I'm sorry.
I guess apparently we didn't want it.
I gotta
It's
find
good
that
for the
quote.
Xbox gamers. It was
Yeah,
from,
I need to find that.
I mean, I'm also a pretty big, I'm also big into fighting games. I love all types of fighting games. So my favorites are, like, I'm a big Street Fighter player. I have a TE, like the Chun-Li stick.
Yes, good.
I love Guilty Gear. So
Nice.
I was pretty hyped for Revelator, XR Revelator 2, because they're adding my favorite character back in.
Even
Viking.
the anime fighting games.
Hell yeah, that's why I cosplayed her. She's the best.
Yes, I was actually looking at your Twitter, and that was the first thing I saw.
Yes. So I'm really hyped for that. I was really excited for Gravity Rush 2, and I'm also hyped for Horizon Zero Dawn. That looks awesome.
Oh yeah, that looks great. And highly reviewed, so that's good too.
Yeah.
Well, hello, Phil Spencer.
Question: what about Nintendo? And no, not Zelda Breath of the Wild.
So I played it at E3 last year, and it was great. You know, it was the short demo that I played was a lot of fun. It was very much like a Skyrim kind of game.
Told all of you.
That's good. That's a good thing, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, it was very good. I think it's like the proper direction that Zelda should go, where it's more about exploration and like exploring the world of Hyrule, and I think a lot of people are going to have fun with it. I would say that I'm going to wait until it's easier to acquire a Switch, because I don't feel like dealing with any of the headache of trying to get one right now.
Right, you're smart for doing that.
You hear that, scalpers? No money for you.
Pretty much. Like, I'm not going to overpay for a Switch. Like, I know that it's getting into really busy convention season for me because I do go to conventions for a living. So I'm not gonna have time to sit there and pour like 100 hours into Zelda right now. So I'm happy just waiting. I'm gonna wait a couple months until I can get a Switch. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not so hyped that I need to go out and spend like $1,000 on a Switch.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
$800, Jesus.
Yeah, if you
Have
want
you
to take all this stuff. Yeah.
Have you seen those Pro Controller prices? That's a rip.
And it's like the other thing about a Switch is, as cool as Zelda looks, like there's not a lot of other games that I would be hyped for.
That's true.
Like there is no Bayonetta 3, which is the whole reason I bought a Wii U was for Bayonetta, and I had no problem doing that. I enjoyed that game so much. And I'm not a Smash Brothers player. I'll talk shit on Smash Brothers all day. I'm sorry to Tournament Smash Brothers. I know you're gonna hate me, but I feel Smash Brothers is a party game and nothing else.
I honestly don't see that.
Hey, buddy.
Thank you.
I've done a number of fighting game community events, and while I love the fighting game community, I have a lot of fun at them. I just don't get Smash Brothers as a tournament event. I just don't see it as a competitive game. I'm like, this is a game for children to have fun with.
Hold on.
Exactly.
You can thank Melee for that.
Yeah.
People want ARMS to be in Evo for no reason.
Okay, now that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a children's fighting game. Let's do that.
Why don't we have like sock and boppers in real boxing matches?
Oh, that would be hype.
I would be hyped for that.
More fun than a pillow fight.
Just a little thing for any of you Smash players that are listening to this. Play a real fighting game. All right, next question.
Well, like an anime fighting game, Waka Waka.
Might as well.
Melty blood players.
Play Duck Hunt, the fighting game.
Oh, you play Melty Blood? Love that game.
I played Melty Blood, yeah.
Love it.
I'm a King of Fighters girl, so like Gower Mark.
Yes.
King of Fighters. I think out of any series, I've cosplayed most from King of Fighters.
I think that's a lot easier to do because they like to dress the King of Fighters characters in very unique, like actual just clothing, and they look good while wearing it. Not like Street Fighter.
I've always said that SNK is like the company of style.
Yeah.
Everyone is just super stylish, and I always fall for those characters. I'm like, oh, this character is so cool. I want to cosplay them. And I'm also a big Metal Slug fan. So.
Oh yeah.
I let him
See,
you guys ask me gaming questions. I can talk for hours on gaming.
Hey, that's good because we're a gaming podcast, so that's what we do. So hey, that benefits us.
That's right.
Hey, do you like Tekken?
SNK love right there.
Yeah.
Right.
I respect that. SNK love.
Yep.
I would say also like one of my top fighting games is Capcom versus SNK 2.
Yes. That game is beautiful. Oh my god, it's brilliant. But let's talk more. Let's talk more about them video games. I just got back.
Matt Ran, we were talking about the Switch, and we just announced that Smash isn't a real fighting game.
Right, I can already see my Twitter blowing up with like angry Smash fans. Like,
how dare you not love Melee? You're a hater. Hater.
Hey, I mean, everybody can like their own games, but I mean, I think like the majority of us in here just don't feel like it's an actual fighting game. But I don't know.
Well,
it's just us.
So I say.
I'm not even talking shit on Smash Brothers because I've had my fun with it. I'm just saying it. In my opinion, it's supposed to be a fun party game. It's not a serious competition game.
Yeah, that's
take
something.
Take it out of Evo, take it out of fighting game events. It just doesn't belong there.
That's something you play with friends more than take it seriously, in my opinion.
I always called it a party game.
It's with your friends that you take it seriously.
Well, yeah, because if they get salty, I mean, it's like, I just beat your ass, so yeah.
Yeah, that's par for the course for any fighting game, though. Or like any other game in general, really.
Yeah, but people tend to get super salty over Nintendo games. I don't know why. The same thing happens to Mario Kart.
They're kids. Let them.
Have you ever been first place in Mario Kart, then destroyed by a blue shell over a pit? That crap hurts, man.
It gets right in your feels.
If Smash is on Evo, why can't be Windjammers? I want to see that in Evo.
Windjammers is awesome.
Yes.
All right, I think we delved into this whole shenanigans for a little while. Mr. Brendan, you want to take number 6, my boy?
Sure thing. What are your thoughts on the convention scene, and has it helped your cosplay flourish in that community?
Let me think about that. The convention scene has definitely grown a lot. Like, from when I started cosplaying to where it is now, you know, conventions are more popular than ever. And I would actually say that I have been cosplaying way less at conventions. Like, most of my cosplay now is done, you know, locally or for photo shoots, like outside of conventions, because I found that what I value creatively is like really going all out on a shoot and like making my costumes as like impressive as possible and like creating really beautiful images and stuff. And that's just really hard to do at a convention when you're stuck at a really ugly location because you're at a convention center and there's like, you know, 100,000 people around. So there's no way to get a photo without people in the background. And the other thing is, like, I do comic art for a living. So when I'm at a convention, I'm actually I'm pushing my artwork and I'm drawing and I'm sketching and I'm talking with other artists. So I would say the convention scene for me has flourished my art career as opposed to cosplay. Because for me, I don't really make money off cosplay or anything. It's purely just a hobby.
All right. That's interesting. All right. Let's move on to the next one. I will take it. That's number 7. To add on to that, what would be your dream convention to attend if you had the opportunity to go?
I feel like I've done that. You know, my dream was to always go to San Diego Comic-Con as an invited artist guest. And I do that now. I do that every year. I go to San Diego. And so that's awesome. It's always an awesome feeling to be there and be part of the crazy madness that is San Diego.
The dream.
So now what I'm trying to do is expand to doing international shows because I want to meet more people. I want to meet more cosplayers and artists overseas. So I'm trying to do conventions in London and Paris and China. And so those are my goals for the year to go to those places.
Around the world, huh? That's
Pretty
cool.
much. That's the point. The point, that's what I want to do with art is, you know, just spread the love around the world.
That's very romantic. I like it. Mr. Ren, are you still alive, sir? He's dead.
Just barely. I was just reading some stuff right quick. So, what's going on?
Number 8, sir. Would you like to read that for us?
Sure, no problem. So,
8.
name some of the best and worst aspects of preparing a cosplay.
The best aspects are probably the best and worst aspect is picking out fabric and materials. Because, like, on the one hand, if you're in, like, you know, a giant LA or New York fashion district shop and you have all the fabric in the world at your fingertips, it's really fun. It's like you get to look at the art of the character and you get to run around and kind of like frolic and touch fabric and see like what would look best as the character. And it's also the worst aspect because you're sitting there and you found the perfect fabric, but it's in the wrong color. Or you found the perfect colored fabric, but it's only 2-stretch instead of 4-way stretch. And so there's always like something wrong with the material and you just want to like strangle the fabric. Why can't you change color at my whim? Or just like trying to order materials and they don't want to arrive in time. So it's best and worst. I mean, prepping a cosplay is a lot of work. I think
I have a side question for you, actually.
Oh boy, I know where this is going.
How do you feel about hot glue?
Let me see how to answer that. So, you know how people always talk shit on Taco Bell?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, Taco Bell isn't real food, and I'd rather have authentic Mexican, blah, blah, blah. But when you're really hungry and it's late at night and Taco Bell's the only thing open, it is the most delicious thing in the whole world. That is how I feel about hot glue.
So basically,
Right.
you're saying it has some use.
Right.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. Hot glue is delicious, apparently, at night.
Yeah, eat it up. Enjoy your supper.
You heard it right from the source that you do all you can to not use hot glue. You know, you wanna make sure that you're making your costumes of quality. You want to stitch everything properly. You want to use snaps or Velcro or anything. But sometimes, you know, shit happens. Something breaks. Something on your wig falls over. And hot glue is always there. Hot glue is easy to throw into your suitcase, have in your hotel room ready to go and repair something. So, like cosplay repair essentials are like a small little handy sewing kit, hot glue gun, and safety pins.
Right.
Always have those around when you're cosplaying.
So hot glue is the hot fix.
Yes.
It's more like the last resort.
Yeah, pretty much. It's something, again, you don't want to rely on it every day, but in a pinch, it's a lifesaver sometimes.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you break something and you don't have anything around, so you just pull out tape and just tape it up.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Duct tape it.
Yeah, duct tape it.
Actually, electrical tape.
Safety first.
The quickest fixer-upper.
Well,
Yeah.
no, it just holds costume parts together better than duct tape. Duct tape will fall off. Electrical tape will hold. I know this from firsthand experience.
Yeah, if you play Dead Rising 2, this will be great advice.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, let's go on to the next one. Justin, you want to take number 10?
I thought the previous question was 8.
It was,
on 9?
actually. No, number 9, sir. You're right. You called me out on it.
Well, haha.
Don't
So
do that
no-
again.
Anyhow, number 9. What are your thoughts on the photography phase after a cosplay shoot and the amount of hard work that goes into making your photos look more fantastic after the final result?
Let's see. Let me dissect that question. What are my thoughts on photography? I believe very strongly, because I'm an artist myself, I believe in the legitimacy of the photographer. You know, I believe in crediting the photographers that I work with. I believe in respecting how much work they put into getting awesome photos to you. I mean, I have a really close group of friends that I do all my personal shoots with. So that way that, you know, like we don't argue over the rights to the images and stuff. But if I work with a new photographer at a convention or something, you know, I fully respect their right to the image. I'll ask their permission before I post it anywhere. I won't sell prints unless they give me permission. You know, I highly respect a photographer's, you know, skill and you know, their craftsmanship in terms of editing the photos and how much work they put into their equipment. Because photography ain't cheap.
That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, all right. Let's move on to the actual number 10 question. I'm for sure certain that it is number 10. Nobody correct me. Mr. James, are you still awake, sir?
No, sleeping like a baby.
All right, great. Sleepy James, can you please read number 10?
Is there any other mediums that you would like? Comic books, comic book films, or anime? If so, any favorites you want to list off?
Are you asking me, like, what do I like outside of...
Yeah, like other stuff like comic books or anime.
Yeah. Favorite comic books. I'm a real big fan of Y the Last Man. V for Vendetta, pretty much anything Alan Moore writes. Terry Moore is like a really favorite comic artist of mine. As far as like manga, because manga is just Japanese comics. Junji Ito is one of my favorites. He does some of the only comics that have ever scared the shit out of me, and I love them for it. And films and anime, holy shit, we could be talking for like another hour. So I'll just say that I am a huge Gainax fan, so they make some of my favorite anime. Fully Cooley and Neon Genesis Evangelion are my two favorites.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Yep. I love that series so much. So much. I'm really, really hyped for 4.0. Oh yeah, Ito was working on PT, and I was one of those people who was very, very upset when PT was canceled.
Oh, it's all of us.
Thanks,
Fuck
Konami.
you, Konami.
Fuck
Right.
Konami.
Piece of shit.
Fuck your couch.
Fuck your
We
couch.
all are not getting PT because of fucking pachinko machines.
Fuck, dude. Fuck. All right, let's move on.
Kojima, we are happy that you are free.
Yes, Kojima-san, give me
Yeah.
Death Stranding.
I'm happy he's on PlayStation.
Oh yeah,
Me
I'm
too.
really glad.
I'm so hyped
That'd
for. You guys asked earlier what game am I most hyped for? That would be Death Stranding.
Yes.
It looks weirdly interesting, actually. I can't wait to see how that turns out because of the whole lore behind like everything.
Apparently,
Yeah.
it's an open world. For those who do not know.
I want to see what it is, though. I need to see gameplay. I mean, these
Yeah, that's
cutscenes, these CGI or in-game footage of it, of the little cutscenes, are great and all, but I want to see what the game actually is and what it looks like.
Maybe
I
at
agree
E3.
with you to a certain extent because I always have a problem when they release only CG trailers and no gameplay footage because I'm like, all right, but how's the gameplay? But
Right.
Kojima is one of those few people that are like, I give you trust, man. You have all my trust.
Yeah, that's
You've
why
never
I felt
let me
about
down,
Red Dead.
Kojima. You've never let me down, Kojima. So I'm looking forward to this game, even if I haven't seen gameplay footage yet.
He makes
Dang,
good games. He definitely does.
He makes good movies. That's for sure. Dude, if he added Snake into that game as like an Easter egg, that would be hilarious.
Metal
And
Gear.
And as a side note,
Mhm.
fuck Konami for trying to pull out a really shitty zombie Metal Gear game.
I'll survive. Oh my god, we need to roast that.
Oh, you
too.
mean the Umbrella Corps of Metal Gear?
It looks like such a piece of garbage.
Oh man, does it ever? Jesus Christ!
Oh, how did you know that I had a picture of the Konami building here?
Is it on a piece of garbage?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a flaming dumpster.
Oh, that's too kind to the dumpster.
All right, I think we are all good on this question. Mr. Brendan, you want to read off number 11, sir?
You sure it's number 11?
I'm positive, actually, almost positive.
Oh, we found a
Okay.
new running joke.
Who has been your favorite character to cosplay to date?
Bayonetta.
Yes.
All right, now
You
next
have a
question.
Bayonetta?
I love
All
Bayonetta.
right.
She's so much fun, and she's just like, the character I want to be most like because I love her. It's like she's tough, she's independent, she's sexy, she's really cool, she's so classy. Love Bayonetta.
Yeah,
And I would say that number 2 would probably be Karin from Street Fighter because I love doing the like, bitchy rich girl laugh.
Oh, the Ocho
Please
Sama
do it now.
laugh. Yes, do it now.
Please.
Man, I love it at Evo whenever she does her special. Everybody in the
Yep.
crowd just does the laugh. That shit's
Exactly.
great.
And then like the person who loses just like rage quits.
Oh
That's-
man, that's good. James, you see, Bayonetta is better than Dante.
No, she didn't say that.
Well, I'm saying it though.
That's
Come
because you're a
on.
bigot.
See, that's tough because Dante is. I think they're like two sides of the same coin. Dante is like male coolness, whereas Bayonetta is like female coolness.
I agree with this.
I don't know. I
everyone,
like Nero better, but
so everyone forgot about Virgil.
Well, that's what I was just about to say. I'm actually a Virgil fangirl, so I like Virgil.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold that low for you, Bruce.
Man, nobody likes the Nero, huh? Well, I'm at
No,
the
no one
end.
cares about him.
I'm
You
gonna
need
miss
to get
out
on.
of
You
this.
need to get on that game, sir.
I
will.
like Nero. I think Virgil's the best.
Yes.
And see, I don't think that Bayonetta and Dante would bang because in my mind, my OTP is Bayonetta and John.
Alright.
Bayonetta is so fine that only John is perfect enough for her.
Oh wow, some
Damn.
productive love there.
Hell yeah.
You think she'd be the slightest bit interested in children? Now making one, on the other hand.
Exactly. Bayonetta keeps it classy, but I assume that she gets it wherever she wants it. So.
Man, this interview has turned rather interesting because we're making fan fiction. That's good.
Brian would like that.
Yeah, it would. Shout outs to Brian. Alright. So I think we're done here. So I will. Whoa, wait. I went. No, Brandon went. So it's my turn now. So number 12, and I'm pretty positive that it's number 12. What other cosplays have you personally done?
I mean, I've been cosplaying so long that I have probably at least 200 costumes that I've made over the years. I don't know. I've done so many cosplays. I mean, I cosplayed from Final Fantasy. I said already that I cosplay a lot from King of Fighters. A lot of fighting game characters just in general because I really like fighting games. And a lot of like anime characters too. I've done a lot of 90s classic anime. So Slayer's cosplay, Martian Successor Nadeshiko, Noir, all classic 90s anime. I really am excited about doing a Tenchi Muyo cosplay.
Oh, Tenchi Muyo?
Yeah.
That was like my first anime when I was a kid.
Yeah, me too. I love that series.
Who's best waifu?
Oh, Ryoko, hands down.
Oh yes,
I knew you were gonna say that. I
love Ryoko.
Ryoko. I've also cosplayed from some like newer anime. I've cosplayed from Dragon Ball. Everyone grew up with Dragon Ball, so we love Dragon Ball.
Heck yes.
And then I've cosplayed from Black Lagoon. I cosplayed Revy, so love her.
Yes.
And I'm known for doing a lot of comic book characters too, like, because I have my favorite ladies, which are basically like Power Girl and She-Hulk, and I cosplay them quite a bit because I love them.
Oh, She-Hulk is good.
Yeah.
I love that she's a lawyer.
That's why I like her. I like the smart, tough ladies.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's move on to the next one. Mr. Ren, you want to take number 13, sir?
I'm typing, shut up.
All right.
I'm kidding. Alright, so what are your thoughts on crafting and creating material for cosplay, and have you personally done it to enhance your own costume?
What are my thoughts on crafting? Like, I feel over the years the community has done nothing but get better at crafting. I mean, like when I first started cosplay, everybody just used like dollar satin from Joann's to make their costumes. And we didn't have anything like Warbler. We didn't have any, really quality wigs to use. So crafting has done like nothing but grow, and it's really awesome. Have I created materials for cosplay? Like, yeah, over the years, I mean, I started using Warbler, and it's awesome. It's such a versatile material, and you can get just really killer shapes for everything to enhance your cosplay. I mean, I don't know, it used to be really difficult to do armor. Like, if you wanted to do armor, you pretty much had to, like, sacrifice your lungs. You had to get, like, fiberglass resin and do a shitload of sanding and stuff. But now you just get a sheet of Warbler, you cut it with scissors, and you start crafting with a heat gun. It's a lot easier and more fun.
It sounds complicated a little bit. Just a little bit.
I would say the pattern making is the most difficult part of it. everything else kind of comes together.
All right. All right. So let's move on to number 14. I'm gonna have Mr. Inferno take it. It's 14. I know it is.
That's gonna be a running gag.
Hey.
Hey. Anyhow, number 14. What are your thoughts on being forced to cover up your Cammy cosplay at CEO 2016 and the media coverage that followed?
You knew this question was coming. You knew it was coming.
Yes, I've been waiting to hear the answer.
Oh. I want to start off by saying I felt really bad that Jabele got any shit for it because he's an excellent person. He works really hard to put CEO together every year, and he's a really nice, awesome guy. So when I made that Twitter post, it was like half joking. Like I was more pissed at the way the man who worked for the hotel who made me put pants on, I was more pissed at like how rude he was to me. But I was not mad at like Jabele, and I felt like he got attacked on Twitter, and that I felt really badly about that. But I still feel upset that I was so offensive to a Florida hotel manager or a guy, whoever it was. What happened was I was at the arcade at CEO just checking out some games with my friend, and it's like this older man from the hotel who worked for the hotel came up, and he was like really upset and angry, and he's like, I'm not offended or anything, but ma'am, there are children around here, and he starts scolding me like a child.
Whoa.
Like, so what? There's children around here. Have they never been to a swimming pool before?
Exactly.
Damn.
Have they not been to the beach?
I wore Cammy to many other events, and I've had parents want me to take pictures with their kids. Like, I think that Cammy is a perfectly acceptable character for children.
Right.
She's a strong hero. Street Fighter is a game that little kids love. So I don't think I'm dressed in a way that is like corrupting young children. It's like, oh no, they're seeing me in a leotard. So yeah, I was offended by that. And then he was very rude to me. But I only felt bad that people on Twitter started attacking Jabele because he's awesome. So much love to him. And
Shout out to him.
Right. The people who organized CEO, it wasn't their fault. I was told later that they were even shocked and upset that the hotel would do that because they're like, that wasn't in our contract. You didn't say we have a dress code here.
Right.
And it's Florida. Things are messed up in Florida. I grew up there, and I know that hotel because that hotel is the Wyndham Hotel is the same place where they used to hold an old convention called Anime Festival Orlando, which is many, many years ago. Kana used to attend. And they would pull the same shit back then, I don't know, if a girl was walking around in anything resembling a bathing suit, they would get upset. So it's just people in Florida have a really weird double standard.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, oh well, that's okay at the beach or at a pool, but if you're inside the lobby, it's suddenly offensive.
Right.
Don't they have 80-degree weather literally all the year?
No, not 80 degrees. It was 99 degrees the day that happened. I remember.
Jesus
Christ. It was middle of summer, and it was rainy, so it was super humid, and it was 99 degrees.
Then what the hell? Of all the states that have some stupid double standard, Florida, especially when a lot of the headlines are Florida man. Oh, God. Wow. Oh my God.
Dude, that's really unfortunate and dumb, but I mean,
yeah.
Gotta do what you gotta do, I guess.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that I don't offend anyone this year. I'm hoping that everything's fine and dandy, but I'm planning on cosplaying Armika, so we'll see what happens.
Yes,
boy,
my waifu, my only waifu.
That's good. Well, mine's Jury, but that's fine. I like Armika too.
Yeah, I like the strong, sassy, and tough characters.
Yeah.
And like my favorite thing to do with Armika is if someone completes her taunt, when she's doing like the wrestling speech, and then she drops the mic.
Mhm.
I want to go around a con and do that. I want to have like a prop mic and then just drop it.
Oh man, that'd be great. Ooh. God, I just love Street Fighter cosplay. It's the best. It's the absolute best.
Too. It's just the characters are a lot of fun, and it's a lot of fun when you get to be in character. And, you know, people get really hyped, and then you get to take photos, and that to me is one of the best things about doing cosplay at an event.
Right.
And so, like I just wore Baiken to Katsucon, and everybody who recognized it, their first response was like, "Oh yeah, Baiken! I'm so excited for her to be in Guilty Gear." And that's what's fun about, you know, being these characters.
Yeah, you pretty much
Wait,
like
did
the
we bring
hype
up
girl.
Viking?
Yeah, we did.
Yes, the best character in Guilty Gear, no question.
You don't like Answer? The Answer?
No, Viking's
Oh.
best.
All right, well, that ends that conversation.
Answer's new, so we don't really know how he plays yet.
No,
I'm
he's talking
assuming he's
visual
gonna
wise.
play like Chip.
Yeah.
I'm
With his
also a sucker
broken-
for samurai
his
characters.
triple jump.
What was I gonna say? I know there was this UFC lady that cosplayed as Sagat and Dalsim when they were doing the little stare down picture. That was hilarious.
Nice.
All right, I wanted to do one gaming question before we go to the actual last question. I wanted to ask you something that I kind of asked all the guys when the Switch was announced.
Okay.
What do you think the Nintendo Switch needs to do in order to survive in between the PS4 and the Xbox Scorpio, which is coming out soon?
So I've always believed that Nintendo's strength is in their longtime brands. You know, like out of
Right.
all the consoles, Nintendo has the most recognizable characters that really connect with people. You know, like yes, you know, Xbox fans love Master Chief. We all know that.
Yeah.
Right? But Nintendo has Mario. And people outside of gaming know and understand Mario. If you show like a housewife in the Midwest or something, you show her Master Chief, she may or may not recognize that character, but she sure as hell is going to recognize Mario. She's going to be like, oh, that's that character that's been around for 30 years. So,
Right.
or, oh, like Yoshi, you know, my characters love Yoshi. Or Pikachu, oh, my kids love Pikachu. So I understand Pikachu. So I feel like Nintendo's strength lies in their ability to reach people outside of gaming. They reach families, and they reach old people, and they reach like little children, whereas like Sony and Xbox, they'll have an expansive market, but their main market tends to be, you know, people around, I want to say we'll say 15 to 35, right? So what Nintendo needs to do to survive in that market is just keep focusing on their quality brands. They're pretty much like the Disney of video games right now. And so they're going to keep putting out Mario games, keep putting out Zelda, keep pushing Pokemon.
Right.
I think Fire Emblem is becoming quite a big franchise here too.
Good, because I love Fire Emblem.
Ever since Awakening saved the series from death, they have embraced it like it's its new baby or something.
Good. Very happy about that.
I mean, it gets its own direct, it gets a mobile game, it's getting its own Switch game, it's getting Fire Emblem Warriors, it's getting Fire Emblem Echoes. My God.
Yeah.
So even though it might seem like overkill, I think personally that Nintendo's making all the right decisions by pushing their first party titles, because that is their strength. Their strength is in their branding. Their strength is in, like, when they came out with the Wii, you know, I used to get into like arguments with people I knew. They'd be like, no, Halo and Call of Duty are the best-selling games. And I'd be like, no, listen to what I'm saying. I didn't say that Wii Sports was the best game. Did I say that? No, I said it's the best-selling game. They're a different thing. Because Nintendo hit all of these markets with the Wii that nobody else was ever able to touch. You know, like old people did not play video games until the Wii.
Right.
So yeah, I think Nintendo's probably going to do pretty well with the Switch if they keep pushing all of the brands that they already have.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think that their like multiplayer function is the strongest. Like
Splatoon.
The way that you have to add people with like your cell phone app, that's a bit weird. I know that that's not really going to be popular with people.
They didn't even show how it works during the conference, so you don't really know anything.
Well, they did.
I do wish that they brought back their kind of sleeping IPs. Like I hope they make a good Metroid game for the Switch.
Oh, tell me about it. I have been wanting like a really good Metroid game since Prime 3.
Yeah.
And I'm not even going to dignify Other M with a response, but that was not the game I wanted.
The baby.
Speaking of that game, you saw what was it? When they announced the 3DS game of, what is it called? Federation Force?
Cancer Force.
That was basically a spit to, you know, the Metroid fans. And Samus, yeah. I was like,
oh, wait, no, she's in that game, but can't play as her, which is even worse.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a lot of games I wish they'd bring back, and I think a lot of Nintendo fans would buy a Switch like day one if they would have announced like an Earthbound or an F-Zero, because people have been hollering for another F-Zero.
Yeah, for me, if they had a Metroid game, I would definitely have bought it day one.
But we'll see. That ends my gaming questions. So, Mr. Ren, you want to finish us off with the last question if you're still around?
Yeah, hold on a sec. Okay, so in closing, what advice would you give to those who want to try out cosplay but are nervous in the premise of doing so?
It's the same advice I give to anyone in cosplay who's either new or a long time. Just have fun with it. You know, I think right now, because cosplay is so popular, everybody is concerned about those numbers. Oh, what will get me likes on Facebook? What will get me shared on Instagram? It's like, don't worry about that. What do you like? What characters do you identify with? What character designs do you think would be most fun and make you feel cool? And then just learn how to do that. Learn how to sew, learn how to use Warbler, learn how to draft patterns. You're going to fuck up a lot, and you know what? That's okay. Every cosplayer has ruined things 100 different times until they got it right. So just do your best to have fun. And don't even worry about, oh, well, I want to make a career out of cosplay. You know, that's not the right mentality to enter this hobby with. And that would be my major advice, is everybody wants to make money off of it now. It's like, just have fun with it. Don't worry about that.
All right. So I think that's going to be the end of this, unless any of you guys have any other random gaming question you guys want to ask. Ren, anything?
No, I think I'm good for the most part. I had a lot of fun here talking with Ashley. Unfortunately, like, it was just brief on my end because I had to go away because I had some noise. But, you know, you're welcome to always just come back, talk to us anytime, and hang with us. I think this was a great experience. And as James said himself, there needs to be more people like you around that are just open-minded and loves a lot of gaming because it's such an interesting conversation.
Oh, thank you. I mean, that's all I would encourage, you know, anybody. It's like, I'm not just one thing, you know, like I'm not just a cosplayer, you know, I'm a lot of things. I'm a creative person. I love gaming with all my heart. I love comics. I love manga. I love anime. I love doing art because that's what I do for a living. So I'm involved in a lot of different things. And yeah, I think it makes you a more well-rounded person. And I always get that because people are like, what do you like more, comics or anime? And I'm like, I like both. You know, I don't feel like I need to choose American comics versus Japanese comics. I like them both. I grew up with both, and I still read both. So I just pick what interests me.
Yeah, very open-minded. Give this woman a round of applause. She's earned it.
She gets the star.
The gold star.
Gold star.
I would like to just say that I think that's like the biggest problem with probably cosplay is like people like elevating cosplayers that have high numbers or something. Just realize we're all nerds here.
Right.
You know, we're all the same. Like I said at the beginning of the interview, we're all the same, like dorks that just like this stuff and dress up and have fun. And you don't have to like worry about whether or not someone's a fake nerd or something, because only one of two things are going to happen. You know, the person who is the quote unquote fake nerd is either going to lose interest and, you know, leave the community, or they're going to develop a genuine interest and then maybe they'll start reading more comics. Because I hear so many people like, oh, well, that girl just bought her costume at Hot Topic. She's a fake Harley Quinn. She doesn't really like comics. Well, why do you care? So what if she's fake? Like I said, she's either going to lose interest in cons and not go anymore, or she might actually start wanting to start reading some comics. She might say, look, I just bought this jacket at Hot Topic, but now I really am interested in the character and I want to read more Batman comics. Wouldn't that be cool if we had more fans? Like, I don't know why people get so upset by, like, wanting to uncover fake nerds. I don't know. That's just my perspective.
I don't know. Well, I think that about does it for us.
I actually have one question.
Ooh, all right, go ahead.
I have a
Don't you fucking say it.
Oh, no.
It's this
You
one.
bastard.
All right.
I know what he's gonna say.
I don't know. What am I getting into?
You cosplay as a panda for Renegade here.
Oh
It's
my
very animal.
god. Okay, so
I'm just
it's
gonna
a,
say I didn't
Go
hear the question because you guys were laughing too hard. So
go ask it
Alright.
again, Brendan.
I said, can you cosplay as a panda for Sir Renegade here? His favorite animal.
Oh my god.
sure, if he wants to pay the $2,400 materials fee.
Oh, go ahead, Renegade. Pay up.
Look, you,
Hey,
Brandon, you can go fuck yourself. How about that?
Fun fact, that's Ren's main in Tekken.
No.
Panda?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at this running gag over
He-
here.
man, you was hyped when they revealed in Tekken 7.
This
Is that-
running gag.
As everybody knows, we're real
Running gag of
professionals here.
facts. Of facts.
I
sir.
think Zhao Yu and Huarong were my mains in Tekken. I always played the two of them in Tekken Tag.
Oh, that's interesting.
I think it
I
was
like-
Jin and Double Jin for me.
I like
Yeah.
Leo and Lars, but
Oh,
they're
so you
kinda hard
like
to use.
cheap characters?
Yeah, he
Yes.
does.
The cheaper the better.
He's a
For
piece
me,
of
it's
shit.
like King because I love
Yeah.
King.
I like Armor King more. He's more fun.
Sadly, he's on 7.
For
Yeah.
me, it was like Jin and Yoshimitsu.
I did play Yoshimitsu. There was a time where I really loved playing Yoshimitsu and Kunimitsu because they would have like, I don't know, just their when you would tag out, they had like a special move. I like doing that.
Mhm.
Oh, you play tag too?
Mhm.
Nice.
Awesome.
All right, I think that about does it for everybody here. Miss Ashley, did you want to plug in your Twitter or anything else you want to plug in before we go?
Sure. My cosplay and my art can be found on Instagram at Queen Riot or on Facebook at Queen Riot. And you can also look me up on my website, which is just ashleyriot.com. And yes, I realize that my name is the same as a Vagrant Story character. I changed my last name many years ago for personal reasons, and I did it because I am a massive Vagrant Story fan.
No worries. All right, let me get everybody else's outros out of the way. Mr. Brandon, where can we find you, sir?
Twitter, YouTube, Arcade Magic 504. Nothing special.
All right, Mr. Inferno, where can we find you, sir?
Inferno Dragon 3D on Twitter, Inferno Dragon 343 on YouTube and Twitch.
All right, Devil Hunter James, where can we find you on the deep web, sir?
You can find me on Twitter at DevHunterJames, and sometimes I stream on twitch.tv /TheHeroJames.
All right, Mr. Kaneki.
Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, under the same name as Rule War Order, and this is a very well interview.
I liked it too. Mr. Ren.
You can find me on Twitter at RenOperative_, YouTube Renegade Operative.
You can find me. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say keeping it Panda, Ren.
No, fuck off.
God damn it.
Anyways, you can find me on my Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and my Club Penguin account at Reapers240. The Club Penguin account was actually a complete lie, so if you look for me there, you're an idiot. But you can find me at Reapers240. And I think that about does it for us. So we're going to talk to you guys later. We're going to just get out of the office here. So thanks for coming, Ashley. It was a pleasure. It was an honor, actually. It was really fun. I actually really enjoyed this.
I'm glad I was able to coordinate with you guys because I actually, I just got back from CosplaCon last weekend and I'm leaving in like 2 days to go to Seattle for another convention. I'm going to Emerald City Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I have like PAX East and then Anime Boston. So it's a busy month.
Well, we're glad we caught you on your free time, and I appreciate you making time for us too. But I think that's going to be it for us guys listening in. We will see you guys next time, and the next thing we do, you'll find out. You'll see it. Anyway, see you later.
Sounds good. Have a good night.
Jana.
Yeah.
Take care.